Quit winging it and launch your business like a pro with AI. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Bemodo AI Power 20. And this week, we're going to talk about launching your business the right way, the Bemodo way using AI. So let's get to it. Before we do it, be sure that you like and subscribe, because I can answer your videos, or I can answer your questions in the videos. I can answer your questions that you send me in our mastermind. I'm here to help you advance your business. And I want to talk to you about something today that I'm passionate about. And what I'm passionate about is helping small business owners succeed. And so I've created an entire system in Bemodo that helps you go through step by step to launch your business. I call it the 7-day AI power launch, and it's got all kinds of different goodies included on it. So make sure that you check it out, because we're going to go through and I'm going to show you with a fake company that I created that's called Body Fuel. I'm big into fitness. I love fitness, and I can't stand all the crap that's in all the energy drinks. So I made up an energy drink called Body Fuel. Bemodo helped me name it. Bemodo helped me come up with everything on it, and it uses the persona of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. So my avatar, I'm going to show you how to train an avatar that will write like a famous person like Dwayne, or somebody like Brene Brown. So it's almost like having an expert in your team that you don't have to pay for. So let me show you how I did this. So inside of Bemodo, if you do a search for, all you got to do is type in 7 right here under the templates. So you, under templates right here, you'd click the templates, and then you just type in 7, and you're going to see right here the 7-day AI power launch. There's multiple parts to the launch, and all kinds of great bonuses. Everything about announcing your product superiority, to helping you improve your process, to even helping you come up with a holy grail product. So if you don't have a product and you want to be able to come up with that, this template right here can help you walk through your passions, your desires, and everything that you need to be able to effectively start to sell a product that really your target market needs, and also one that you could be excited about. There's all kinds of different bonuses in here that you can use, but I'm going to focus today on these 7 easy steps to launch your business like a pro and quit winging it. The first one, and I'm going to go through and show you how it answered those questions for Bemodo, for Body Fuel. So the first one is the buyer persona target market profile. And what this one does is exactly that. Stop guessing who you're selling to. It always drives me crazy when I talk to new small business owners that they don't know the target market of their audience, or they don't know the profile. They don't know who they're really selling to. If you sell to everyone, you're selling to nobody. So stop guessing who you're selling to. This template helps you dive deep into their fears, their desires, and their expectations. So let me give you an example of what this did. You fill out a little bit of information. So if you use the templates, and by the way, I used Grok for this. So you can, when you set up let me open up another window here. And with Bemodo, you can decide if you're going to use, I'm just going to do a new conversation right up here by hitting plus. I can determine if I want to use Grok, if I want to use ChatGPT, or if I want to use Claude. I find that Grok is the most zippy, I guess that you could call that, the most zesty. Claude is kind of a funny, quirky type of personality that's really intelligent. And then ChatGPT, I can train an avatar using ChatGPT to be able to emulate and become more familiar with the way that I write. So as an example, using ChatGPT with this, you can use, I'll give you an example with my Jeffery AI. This thing knows everything about me. It knows my successes. It knows, so for example, what is Jeffrey's business? I was just doing a demo before that. I ask it who it is. I can ask it questions like, why is Jeff a good CEO? Or I can even say, why am I? Because it knows that I'm talking to it. And whenever I need a good boost, it will tell me everything that really about me. So it will go through. It has all of my history, the businesses that I've started, my mindset, the types of things that I like to do. So I'm going to show you today how to train an avatar for your business so it knows everything about you. Because now when I write things, it writes it in my tone and in my style, and it knows just about everything about me. So for this process, all you've got to do is pick your platform. Then you'll use the templates. Let's just go in right here. I'll just put in 7, and we'll do the 7-day power launch. And it's really easy. All you've got to do is fill in just a little basic information. So right here on the right side here, I'm going to show you what it came out with. And this is all can be done very, very quickly. So the name of my business was Body Fuel Energy Drink. And I said the specific market for it is I just typed in gym goers or health enthusiasts that don't like the bad ingredients in Red Bull. That's all I put right there. And then the product, I put in a made up product with some made up information. And it gives me my most likely target 25 to 45-year-old men, or sorry, 45-year-olds with 60% male, 40% female, approximately how much money they will make, where they're going to live, typically suburban areas, their type. They may be in fitness industries, or they just may be corporate employees. It gives me their psychographics, their behavioral data, where to find them, their frustrations, their concerns, everything that they're going through, the roles and the decision making. It gives me an insight or a snapshot into their brain, even their objections in the buying process, their goals. And every time I launch a new product or a new service or help a customer do that, this is the first thing that we do, which is the 7-day AI power launch. The step 2 is to uncover what your market really wants. Okay, so it helps you define your value proposition. So all you've got to do there is then click on this step 2, and I'll just do it all within this template right here that I'm working on, this chat. So now I'm just going to hit browse templates, and I'm going to go to step 2, which is the target market. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to type anything in because it's going to reference this information right here. And if you don't like that information, all you've got to do is say, I don't like that. I think that it's more women than men, and I'd like to work in rural areas. Now, I wouldn't do that because I think that it got it right. And so if I like it, I can hit share message right here, and I can send it over to an avatar or make a new avatar. And I've defined that really well on how to train your avatar by going to bemodo.com. And if you go to e-learning, you can see right here is training your avatar. So if you click this, this will walk you through on how to use all this information that I'm sharing with you with an avatar, so it gets to know you the way that mine has learned me here. So it goes through the secret desires of them, what they want to be, their aspirations, their dreams, their motivations, their positive emotions, their false beliefs with actual solutions, and then identity level desires. This is great because these are the kind of things that they want people to say about them. These are their secret desires, that they're the go-to source for fitness tips in my friend group. I embody the ideal balance of fitness and natural living. So it's going through and creating a psychological profile, and Grok and Claude do a great job of creating this content that you can then train your avatar in the Chat GPT platform here on Bemodo. So it goes through and it really does a good job of finding their innermost secret desires. And this is important because that's the type of stuff that you add in your content. This is the type of stuff that you'll be putting so you can start to be attractive to them. I would then move to the next. I just hit browse templates. I go to step 3. And on this, I cheated. I just continue to say, see previous answers. You can just copy this and, draw on previous answers, and it will reference all of that information and help you create an introduction to your company, a mission statement, your core values. You'll need to put in your offerings right here and your how it works and some solutions. But all these other ones, you can just say, help me, help me, help me. And then it's going to give you suggestions all the way along. It did a great job with my mission statement, with my core values of being health first, integrity, innovation, community. It even then gives me some suggestions on how to make a promise of how my product works, how the unique selling position could work. This is giving you everything that you would need to normally have done over weeks and weeks of time, and it can be done in mere minutes using this process right here. And if you have customer testimonials, we'll add it in there. And then the next step, once if you like that, you just move to the next one. And with this one, it will give a recommendation for the brand voice, how it will write for you, how it will create your video scripts, how it will create your ads on Facebook, all of those different things. It suggested for me Gary Vaynerchuk and Brene Brown. I didn't like that. So what I said to it is, I don't like those suggestions. I prefer Dwayne Johnson. So it then went through and gave me all the characteristics of Dwayne, his style, his approach, his tone, his content. I just recommend that you do the same thing for your business. Then the next one was the pillars and the offers. So once again, there's very little that you have to fill out for that. And it goes through and it gives me the promises that I can make people. That this is all natural. It's going to improve your performance, that we do it with transparency and trust. This is really powerful. I used to be in health and fitness and I sold a lot of supplements, and I was in marketing departments, and it would take us months to get this information and do so in a way that is very usable. It then even gives you some suggestions of Grand Slam offers, that's taken from Alex Hermosi, and how it is that you can then market your products and services online, and aligning those pillars and giving you the value proposition within them, and even giving you a marketing statement. So I really encourage you to go to bemodo.com on there, go to the e-learning, and use these to send them over just by hitting share message, sending them to these avatars that you're creating, because now it's going to start to write like Dwayne Johnson. Because the next thing that it does from there, after it gives me an overview and creates the brand voice and creates the offers and pillars, it's going to create a scaling guide for you. Okay, so with this one, you don't need to really do anything except hit generate, and it's going to start to ask questions for you. It'll first summarize everything that you've got in here. Then it's going to start to ask you questions. I just wimped out and I just kept saying, give me help, give me help. And it went through and it gave amazing suggestions. And then we'll ask you if you like them. And so I would just say, proceed, good, proceed. And in the end, it gave me this really great overall strategic guide to grow my business step by step, and how it is that I can get it done. So it goes through a lot of those, gives you a lot of suggestions, and then gives me an overview of their problem, their solution, how to be able to get their information, how you can launch your business, the ideas to launch your business, and your MVP if you don't have one, your minimal viable product, to be able to create it. If you're not using these resources to launch your business, you're making a giant mistake, because these things are going to help you take your business to the next level very, very quickly. And then the last one is, what it'll do is it'll analyze all the information that you've put in there and give you a recommendation for which platform to use, when to post, what to post, and how to do it. And if you like that, great, but you can also add another one and just say, great, now give me ideas for, let's do TikTok, because that's a good one for health influencers as well, and even YouTube. So you can give it suggestions, you can give it feedback, but right here I wasn't finished with that. And say, it can say, go to step 2, and all you've got to do is just hit proceed, and it's going to give you a very vast and very sophisticated content calendar that will help you then, with your avatar, output the right files, the right videos, the right content to be able to help you get where you need to be. I really hope that you do this. I really hope that you're willing to spend the 15 to 20 minutes to go through it. And as I said, check out, I'll show you one more time on there. Once you've done this, send those results over. So go to bemodo.com, go to e-learning, and just right here, training your avatar. And this video right here will walk you through step by step of what you need to do to train that avatar. So it's not just launching, it's launching with a strategy. It's a launch knowing your target market. If you're launching without knowing your target market, you're making a giant mistake. And it's not just their age, it's not just where they live. You need to know their pains, their sufferings. You need to know what makes them tick. You need to know what makes them happy. You need to know what their challenges are, their doubts, their concerns. They're real people. Treat them like real people, talk to them like real people, and do so in a tone and style using your Bemodo avatar that will help you help them. So that's the Bemodo AI Power 20. Be sure that you like and subscribe to these and send me your questions in our mastermind. If you want to be a part of the mastermind, just send a comment below and we'll send you the information. But I really hope you take this seriously, because you launch right, you will save time, you will save money, and you'll make your life a heck of a lot easier. Can't wait to see you on the next AI Power 20.